Hi Internet! I am on a mission to share the stories of 1,000 great women throughout history because loving and appreciating women is sort of my brand. Today we're going to be learning about Marsha P. Johnson. Born in New Jersey on August 24, 1945, Marsha P. Johnson would grow up to be a revolutionary LGBTQ rights activist. Her childhood was not the most remarkable. She was assigned male at birth and as a child was reprimanded for engaging in cross-dressing behavior. And like a lot of kids from New Jersey, she moved to New York City as soon as she graduated from high school. New York City is expensive though. She was homeless and became a sex worker to make ends meet. She also became a drag queen. Marsha designed all of her own costumes, mostly with pieces she found in various thrift stores, and she quickly became a prominent member of the local LGBTQ community. Eventually, she would even tour the world as a successful drag queen with the group The Hot Peaches. Marsha P. Johnson is most famously known for her role in the Stonewall Uprising. For that, we're going to need to set the scene and offer some background information. It is June 1969. Marsha P. Johnson is 24 years old. She's hanging out on Christopher Street, a center, if not the center, of the New York City LGBT community in the 1960s. And then the police show up at the bar she's at, the Stonewall Inn. At the time, homosexual acts were illegal. The Stonewall Inn, like most gay bars and clubs at the time, was run by the Mafia. The Mafia would bribe police officers to look the other way and not shut down their establishments, even though they helped facilitate illegal acts by giving the LGBT community places to meet. Also to look the other way on any other laws they happened to be breaking in these establishments. To be clear, the Mafia is not the hero of the story. It was a common practice for the Mafia to blackmail gay patrons, particularly any wealthy gay patrons, by threatening to out them. Not the good guys. Provided a space to meet, but at a cost. Police raids on gay bars were pretty common at the time because of all of these factors. When Marsha P. Johnson was having what I hope to have been a good time with her friends on a hot summer night, 8 undercover police officers showed up and entered the Stonewall Inn. They singled out the bar's employees, any drag queens, and any cross-dressing patrons for arrest. At the time, masquerading as a member of the opposite sex in New York City was a crime. So if you wanted to wear anything gender-affirming as a trans person, particularly as a trans woman, you were risking arrest. Few people were arrested at the Stonewall Inn, and everyone was mad. The community was tired of getting targeted by the police. The public arrests incited rioting that spilled into the surrounding neighborhood and lasted for several days. Many eyewitnesses identified Marsha P. Johnson as one of the main instigators. Although during her lifetime, she insisted that she had actually left the riot to find her friend Sylvia Rivera, who she knew to be sleeping on a park bench at the time. However, one eyewitness has shared a story of the night about Marsha P. Johnson that has become very well known, saying that she threw a shot glass at a mirror in the torched bar, screaming, "I got my civil rights." This moment is now known as the shot glass heard around the world. Following the Stonewall Uprising, Marsha P. Johnson joined the Gay Liberation Front. She would participate in the first Christopher Street Liberation Pride Rally, which took place on the first anniversary of the Stonewall Uprising. Marsha P. Johnson would go on to found the Street Transvestite Action Revolutionaries, or STAR, along with Sylvia Rivera. They established the STAR House, a shelter for gay and trans street kids, in 1972. LGBT youth homelessness was and continues to be a major problem within our community. And if you want to learn more about what the problem looks like now, I've made a video all about it, and you can watch and learn more. Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera would pay the rent for the Star House with money made as sex workers. They worked to provide food, clothing, emotional support, and a real sense of family for all of the kids that they took in. In the 1980s, Marsha P. Johnson continued her activism as an organizer for ACT UP, or the AIDS Coalition to Unleash Power, which was working to end the AIDS epidemic. Unfortunately, Marsha P. Johnson's life was a short one. In 1992, her body was discovered floating in the Hudson River. The police initially ruled the death as a suicide, despite many of Marsha P. Johnson's friends insisting that she was not suicidal, and pointing out that she had a massive wound on the back of her head. She did struggle with her mental health during her lifetime, but the people closest to her did not believe that she was suicidal. After her funeral service, her ashes were released over the river. In 2012, a full 20 years later, the New York Police Department reopened the case as a possible homicide, reclassifying her cause of death from suicide to undetermined. This was after years of activists pushing for the case to be properly investigated. That's the end of the story for now. Marsha P. Johnson lived a short life, one defined by her fighting for her rights and to protect her community. She worked tirelessly to build a better world for herself and for future generations. That's why I'm including her in my 1000 Great Women series. Thanks so much for watching. If you have a suggestion for who I should make a video about next, please let me know in the comments. And if you want to see more from me, you can subscribe, watch another video of mine, or support me on Patreon. And hey, I love you.